Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to talk to you about life, certainty, and investing. Okay, they don't always go together, but there's a Tamil saying that you can't wait for the waves to stop before you take a dip in the ocean, right? It says, Alai onja samudra snanam. It's not going to happen. The waves will not stop. You have to dip in. Similarly, equity markets or markets in general, you have to dip while the waves are on. And because we are dealing with human beings, people come to you and say, can you give me an assured return 11% product, right? So typically I want a PPF, but not at 7%, but at 11%. Is it possible? The answer is no. But a lot of them will believe that such a steady return is possible, right? That's the whole thing of the Madoff scam, where people said, oh, index return, steady index return, and we will have options, we have hedges, we have all that, and therefore we will give you a steady return. Such a product does not exist. And remember, if you're a 30-year-old coming to me and saying, do this for me for the next 70 years, 70-year predictability is a joke. I mean, you can't predict tomorrow, right? So there is a saying, when you plan, God laughs. Take the case of the Tata Group. Mr. Ratan Tata thought that he's getting old, so he needs to plan, and he brought in a person, younger person called Cyrus Mistry. What happened between them is not so important, but the important thing is Mr. Cyrus Mistry died before Mr. Ratan Tata. He was younger. Of course, he died in an accident. But it could have been a heart attack for all you know. But I'm just saying, planning is so difficult. And so to think that you can plan 30 years in advance and 60 years in advance, like typically for a 30-year-old, and you hope, and I'm sure a 30-year-old today who takes reasonable care of his health will live till the age of 100. So you're talking of 70-year planning. I can talk to you about retirement income planning, buying an annuity, etc. But taking a 70-year view on any portfolio is not just possible, it is almost impossible. So whatever you do, planning for such a long period is not just difficult, it is delicate, and it's not going to happen, right? So taking decision, typically how do you think you take a decision? You take all the inputs, you put it in you write down the plus, minus, etc. Like Edward de Bono, you wear your 6 thinking hats, you wear your white hat, red hat, black hat, everything, and then come to a final decision. Do you actually do that? The answer is no. You collect a lot of data, then based on hunch you invest. For example, for me, I was looking at the oil and oil energy sector, and I was looking at some funds, and I found some funds which had not performed well. NAV was very near the starting point, and its top 5-6 companies had given a negative return in the last 1 year, which is a very good indicator that the world is ignoring it and it's a good time to be entering it. But certainty, uncertainty, everything will constantly be there, and I'm making this video after the Air India crash at Ahmedabad. What all plans people must have had, right? So, I mean, take the case of even those people who went to Pahalgam as a tourist, they just got killed, right? So, you don't know what the future is going to hold for you. So, I believe planning realistically is about managing known risk, building resilience, and positioning yourself to take advantage of the opportunities as and when they arise, right? All these combinations have to happen. So, what are the questions for a 30-year-old? Do you have a kid? Are you going to have a kid? If you have a kid, have you sought admission in school, college? Do you know, in school, do you know how much it is going to cost, etc.? Do you plan to leave the tech industry? It could be anything, tech industry, banking, BFSI, film industry, art, anything. Do you want to leave that industry? Because a lot of industries create stress. So do you want to leave that industry, go to some other industry? Do you want to move from one state to another state? Do you think Mumbai is too crowded? Do you want to move to some other place? Do you want to move to a quiet? Do you think Bangalore is too crowded? There's too much of chaos and you want to move to Mysore? That's a decision you have to take. Do you want to buy a home? Do you want to rent a home? At what stage do you want to buy a home? Now, are you married, not married? Are you planning to get married? Are you not planning to get married? If you are planning to get married, are you planning to have a kid? Do you plan to change jobs? How will a big amount of money change your attitude towards jobs? Take a simple case. If a person has put away 3 crores as investments, and out of that he is getting 6 lakhs of annual income, 2% dividend yield, right? Equity portfolio. And his total requirements for the year for spending is about 12 lakhs. Will you take 6 lakhs from here? Will you look for a 6 lakh rupee job, or are you planning to continue your 45-50 lakh rupee job, right? So all this is internal to you, and the outside factors, let's look at it. How will Donald Trump coming in affect you? How will Donald Trump completing his term impact you? How will Donald Trump not completing his term impact you? What will be interest rates 5 years from now? Will the company in which you are, which is a private company, do an IPO and give you an exit, or will you exit in the 4th round of funding or 5th round of funding, right? Will you fall sick? Will you lose somebody near and dear and therefore lose the whole will to live, right? People with one kid, and if something happens to that kid, let's say that kid dies, then is there a great incentive to accumulate more money? For whom do you want to do it? Do you want to do it at all? How will you receive an inheritance? Do you want to give an inheritance, right? What other things change? Will Bangalore be great to live in the next 20 years? Will you go to California to live? If you're in California, do you want to come back to Bangalore? Do you want to live in Mysore? You need a lot of clarity on all these grounds before you really sit and plan your life. Did you even look at somebody who had ESOP in HDFC Bank or something like that, and last 3 years the share has gone nowhere. So do you want to take this year's ESOP? Do you know how much to expect the selling price of HDFC Bank will be 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now? Do you even expect to get laid off at the age of 48? Do you know that not knowing all this is scary, but none of us know it? 5 years back, did you know what you're going to do? In 2020 February, did you know that in 2020 March, jobs would go through so much of a change that COVID will teach you something called work from home? To think that you need all these certainties to manage risk and to build resilience is going to happen. No, you're not going to have any certainty. You don't even know how you will behave. Forget how the market will behave and where will interest rates be. So basically you can manage risks like you manage your financial. Let's talk about the risks. So first, manage your financial risk. So build a decent cushion, right? So build a cash cushion, so in case something goes wrong, you have something to draw upon for the next 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, depending on how rich your parents are, depending on whether your wife is working, whether you have children, don't have children, depending on all that, you plan for you build your robust cash cushion depending on all these factors. If you have already built up, great. If you have not built up, do it. Get the right quantity and quality of insurance, life insurance, top-up insurance, medical top-up insurance, your disability insurance if you must have, some professional liability if you're a practicing professional, your car insurance. Make sure all this is in place and all this is the right quantity and the right quality, right, that they will pay, and these are being taken very honestly. You have not said that you don't smoke, well, you smoke 20 cigarettes a day, right? You've not done anything wrong like that. Sit with your estate attorney or lawyer. As an Indian it will be lawyer, as an American it's attorney. Sit and draft your will, right? Your will document drafting is going to take some time and effort. There are two ways of doing it. One, you can go to Google and do a cut paste. Second, you can ask your company to do it for you. Your company can organize an event where a lawyer comes and helps and does it for you. Third, you could sit with your financial planner, your chartered accountant, and or your lawyer, and make the plan. Why this is necessary is because your lawyer does not know what all you do with your money. He has a he will ask you for your assets and you will tell him, but there's some chance that you will miss it. Your financial planner should be able to draw up your balance sheet and say what all to be included, what not to be included, how it is to be done. And your financial advisor, financial planner will also make sure that your beneficiary designations, which means the nominee in all your investments and your will are synchronized, right? You don't say in the mutual fund you don't nominate your daughter and in your will give it to your son. You don't do anything like that. So make sure that everything is perfectly coordinated. Get other legal documents made. For example, your power of attorney, your health power of attorney. What happens to you if you fall sick and you cannot give instructions, right? So what do you do in such cases? So these are all the money resilience that you have built. What about building resilience outside of your money, which means get yourself a very good qualification. You lose one job, you'll get another. Make sure that your job skills are going to be valid across the world, right? So let's say you get an MBA from US, which means you can work in US, you can work in Hong Kong, you can work in Dubai, Singapore, India, anywhere you can work. Even a good Indian degree, an IIM, Ahmedabad or something, will ensure that you can work in various parts of the world. Develop those skills, right? So your COVID-19 taught us that what can happen in panic and what we think, what we must do, what we end up doing, right? All those things. Then start filling up your other resilience, your spiritual and emotional resilience. Maybe you learn meditation, maybe vipassana, something, right? Something you will do to calm your mind. Make sure that you are with yourself. You live without gadgets for maybe 1 hour a day. You go for a walk, you go for a run, you exercise, whatever. In your other relationship with your parents, with your spouse, with your kids, right? All those things, friendships. Call your friends, go for a coffee, go for a beer, whatever, but make sure that your friends whom you can call and you can talk, right? So same age also helps because you have same problems, right? You have problems looking after your parents, you have money problems, your children are not listening to you, whatever. Common problems remain if your schoolmates or classmates from college. It's a very good relationship which you have built over the years, 30, 40 years, whatever. In your career, if you're young, maybe you're 28, 30, get a mentor. Get an employee mentor who's maybe 50 years of age, who will be able to, she will be able to guide you. If you're a girl, get a woman. If you're a man, get a man. Gender doesn't matter, but get somebody whom you respect, right? Take care of your physical health. That is very important. Maybe it's number one. Maybe it comes even above finances. But yes, eat right, exercise, look after all parts of your body, right? Cognitive health. If you're 80-year-old, make sure you do crossword puzzles. If you're 90-year-old, make sure that you stand up, you walk around, you look after yourself, right? So health for a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 80-year-old, 90-year-old is going to be very different. So take care of your cognitive health. Read books, talk, chat, whatever, all those things. And of course, for all this, you require some faith. So if you're a financial person, you realize that after doing all this, things could still go wrong. Things could still go wrong after all this planning, right? So anything can go wrong. Right? If you were just imagine you were to take a flight, you missed the flight because there was a traffic jam, and next you hear after an hour that the plane in which you were supposed to go crashed. It's just providence, right? So somewhere that builds faith in you. Whether you believe in a God, you're an atheist, I don't really, it doesn't matter. I believe in God, and to me that is helpful. It is your choice. So all this put together will ensure how you can handle uncertainty. Will uncertainty go away because you go to a great financial planner? Answer is no, right? Thank you.